Welcome, Libras, to your February 2021 reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions if you're a new subscriber. Now, I get a few people taking up these offers when I put out my readings. So if I don't get back to you straight away, don't worry. I get back to every person who subscribes and asks a question. So don't just be patient. I will get back to you. Now, this month is February, so that means happy Valentine's Day for all of you people that follow Valentine's Day where you are. Now, this month, you start out with the energy of the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands indicates that you are feeling the need to protect something that you've created. And through your journey, especially through the fire suits, this is like the passion and creativity and things that you've worked hard on to create your dreams as well. That's kind of the energy of the fire signs, of the wands. So you might be feeling a little bit uncomfortable in February about the safety or stability of what you've built, and you feel the need to redouble your efforts. So this is anything that you're really passionate about. Now, it's quite important at this time that you've got absolute confidence in yourself, okay? So you need to go within and access that inner courage and then turn it outward in a show of bravery and determination in February, guys. And as long as you believe in yourself, everything's going to be fine. So don't have those negative doubts. Now, often this is a general reading, so this might not resonate for everyone, but the Nine of Wands is also another one of those cards where you are kind of feeling, this is in regard to your work or something that you have been putting a lot of energy and effort into. You are actually kind of feeling like, oh, I can't do this anymore. This is becoming tiresome. It's getting really hard to get up out of bed and go to work in the morning. It's kind of that energy as well around it. So some of you might be feeling a little bit burnt out and in need of rest and recuperation. And that is kind of reflected in the Four of Swords, which is just below the Nine of Wands here. And I'll go into that in a little bit more detail, but you might be having that feeling a bit of that energy around you in February as well. Now, this kind of leads into the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is the card for Aries. So you might have a significant Aries in your life in February. But the Emperor talks about not so much rules and regulations, but it talks about, it kind of does. It talks about rules and more so organization. And when the Emperor shows up in your reading, it does say that perhaps if you have you implement a little bit of structure in your plans, in your day-to-day life, in your work, you're going to find it easier to bring about the dreams that you want, bring about your dreams essentially in the way that you really want them to come about. So don't get too overwhelmed with anything. Just get that organization, use that Emperor energy, bring it into you and allow it to organize some of your thoughts and your ideas in a way that's going to allow you to manifest what it is that you want. You know, this card can also talk about the constructs of society as well. So things like homes, roads, infrastructure, It talks about leadership as well and integrity. So a lot of these things could be issues for you in February. Now, the Tower, I've just noticed the Tower card is right beneath that. So you might have some sudden and unexpected changes regarding any one of these things. Any one of the, like, could be something to do with your home or your roads. You might have a storm come and it does some damage to a road near your place. It needs to be fixed, that kind of stuff. But what the Emperor can also talk about is, you know, a father figure or someone in authority, like a government official even. Those people who are enlisted in the military, this can represent them. So there could be an issue regarding this particular person in your life, or if there's an Aries, it could be a sudden and unexpected incident occurring around them. Not necessarily negative, but just something that you weren't expecting is coming up surrounding that. But I'll go into the Tower card in a little bit. Now, you then have the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles is that card of juggling priorities. So you could be quite busy in February and you might be attempting to do a little bit too much, which again leads to that Four of Swords where you are needing that mental kind of break. You know, you might still be successful in juggling all of this kind of stuff, but it might be a little bit difficult to do as well. And this kind of is the card that comes up when you're juggling two jobs, or you're trying to jump from one career to another, or you're juggling family life and home life, and it could even talk about juggling money. You might be dealing with issues about where to spend, how to spend it. Should it go here? Should it go there? And all twos, in a sense, talk about decisions. They do require a decision. This can be about your career. It can be about money as well. But if you are attempting, what the Two of Pentacles does say, if you're attempting a career change at the moment, when the Two of Pentacles comes out in that instance, it can often talk about holding off on making that move, just waiting until things have become a little bit more certain or a little bit more secure. This can often mean just within your finances as well. Now, you have advice. I feel you've got advice coming to you. If you are experiencing a lot of stress or having challenges making decisions, you might want to take some advice from somebody who perhaps is this father figure in your life, this Aries. They might be able to help out there, or someone in authority, or it could even be talking about taking a bit more of a playful approach in this whole situation to kind of alleviate any stress. That juggler there, that guy that is doing a bit of a dance on the card, it's kind of saying just take that lighter approach to things. Now, the Knight of Cups, what a lovely energy in that card. This is that card that indicates powerful new emotional experiences that are coming into your life. And it's a card of actually being swept off your feet here. And this can talk about falling in love or offers of marriage or any kind of romantic experience that causes you to swoon a little bit. That night that comes in and sweeps you off your feet with poetry and roses and chocolates or whatever kind of makes your heart go pitter-patter. So this can be related to Valentine's Day. So you might have a wonderful Valentine's Day coming up for you, Libras. But what this card also talks about is, because it's a lot of emotional energy that's making you swoon a little bit, it kind of says, just remember to stay grounded and not kind of get swept up in all of the emotion too quickly. Now, this can also just talk about being invited to a wonderful social event as well. So you could be the one getting invited to a marriage or an engagement celebration, or even out on a date or something like that. This could be with that Aries, you never know. But it is just wonderful energy to have around you in February. Now, let's get to that Four of Swords that I've alluded to a few times. Now, that is that card of, I feel like you've had a lot of challenges around you, and the Four of Swords is really asking you to take a rest. Now, swords are the card of the mind, the intellect, and you could be just mentally exhausted over certain things. Mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted quite often when the Four of Swords comes up. And it's really saying that you would benefit by just being able to get away from it all. Just close the door on the outside world, go somewhere that you feel quite secure and safe. And this could be your own home, it could be a nice little getaway, a holiday home or something that you've got, or even just going down to the beach or out in for a walk in the forest, somewhere that you can just relax and just shut out the world and really just allow you to rest your mind. And if you are needing to make any major decisions, I think they can wait till after you have this bit of a recuperation. I think it does suggest that there is a need for meditation there, and it might be for your own health as well, your own mental health. And, you guys are Libras, so you are swords and you are intellectual and in the mind. A lot of your energy is in your mind. So you might have kind of intellectualized a problem to the point of mental exhaustion, and it's no longer helping you to be thinking and churning this over in your mind and thinking about this and that. And really the answers are going to come to you by going within. And you've got the Moon card there, which is that card of intuition. It talks about things coming to you intuitively as well. So I'm feeling like you guys really do need a bit of a mental break in February. Now, you've got the Tower card there, and that is the card, as I mentioned, that again, it's like you need to break out of old and outdated and confining boundaries that you've put on yourself. And, it's a situation, it's almost like you've become aware of a situation that is making you feel like, I've got to get out of this situation, I can't deal with this anymore. And so the Tower card is a really pleasant card to come into your reading if you have been feeling like that. And it also could be that a particular life event brings you to an awareness that you kind of can't deny anymore. Now, this is often a really misunderstood card because traditionally it was like some traumatic event that's going to happen that you weren't seeing coming. But, it has it always had that frightening kind of association with it. But it can, any kind of life experience can be described in the Tower card. And because you've got the Fool card straight after it, I feel like it's something in your life that has changed, and now it's almost like you're on this brand new path. And it's not I feel like this is something that you were expecting. It's not something negative. And, it just talks about significant life experiences that sometimes can be unexpected, but a lot of the times they are expected and you're waiting for them to happen. So if you're pregnant and all of a sudden your water breaks and you're about to have a baby, that's a significant life experience. So it's not necessarily negative because you're going to have a beautiful baby out of it, but that's the kind of energy that I'm talking about with the Tower card here. Graduating from college as well, starting a new job. That's kind of significant life experiences that the Tower can talk about. All of these change the way you live on a day-to-day basis, and they can bring a new awareness to your life. And I feel like some sort of significant thing is happening for you like that in February. And what the Tower card can often do is it can represent amazing revelations that help you to understand where you are in life versus perhaps where you'd like to be. So something might come up that make you realize, wow, this isn't exactly the way I thought my life would be right now. This isn't how I had planned things to be going. And so it kind of just can be that spark of, wow, something that kind of hits you in the face that makes you have a realization about certain things as well. And it's an epiphany that is kind of going to bring freedom to you and allow you to see things clearly. And this could be for the first time ever. You might have had a way of thinking about something, and this Tower moment can make you realize that's exactly, I was wrong. I wasn't seeing things clearly. And as I mentioned, this then leads you straight into the Fool. And the Fool is that beginning, that journey, that new beginning. And it appears when you're kind of encouraged to take a leap of faith as well. So if you do have this epiphany that comes through the Tower card, you might be sort of asked to go for it, okay? You're on this new journey, you're on this new track, now go for it. And it could be like unexpected opportunities are presenting themselves. And this could be what comes through the Tower as well. There are endless possibilities for creating something wonderful with that Tower and the Fool combination there. I'm feeling like the Fool is like completely leading on from that Tower moment. It's putting you in a brand new direction. But it's something wonderful, guys. I feel like you might even find a new passion or a project that you're really passionate about, or you might even just be wanting to develop your own personal growth as well, and that's the kind of project. But I feel like once that Tower moment happens and the Fool card, you start to get into that new energy of the Fool card. I feel like things can really be easily resolved if there have been any issues, using creative solutions as well. And the Fool is just that card of promise and hope, because it's that new beginning. So the world is your oyster almost. Now you do have the Moon card, which I also have touched upon, and that is that card of intuitive insights. And I feel like if you do go into that energy of the Four of Swords, there will be intuitive messages coming through for you that are going to be able to provide you with some clarity with respect to any sort of situation that you might be feeling a little bit stuck with. And this is kind of talking about psychic visions, nighttime dreams that are quite significant. So listen to your dreams, write them down. They could be, it's like your subconscious is trying to tell you something. And it's also, the Moon card talks about there's something more here than meets the eye. You might not have all of the information. It could be like something is a little bit uncertain. The Moon does have that energy of insecurity or uncertainty, and it often shows up when you are feeling a little bit like that, but often it's just irrational fears or unnecessary worry that is causing you to feel this way. You know, the moon kind of reflects light upon a certain situation, and it does reflect light. The moon, you know, particularly if you go out on a full moon, you can see so much, but what you're looking at looks completely different in the sunshine. So it's almost like saying the moon's there and you're not seeing everything, but once the moon goes down and the sun comes up, you're going to see things a lot clearer as well. Now, your final card is breaking barriers. Now, another star sign had that. I can't remember which one it was right now, but I'll read the meaning from the book. So the affirmation for this particular card is, I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. So if you do happen to go to that quiet place in the Four of Swords and you're able to close the door and meditate, just say that to yourself over and over again. I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. So the meaning of this card is, there are times to go with the flow, but this isn't one of them. Now is the time to break through self-imposed barriers. Gather your inner forces and break free from whatever is holding you back. The universe wants you to know, don't let fear or even reason prevent you from overcoming barriers. Trust your instincts and push through. Remember to keep going and don't stop. Just as it takes effort for a chick to hatch out of its shell or a seedling to push through the hard-packed earth, this is your time to use supreme effort to break out of your own shell and reach the light. The energy of breaking through isn't always neat and tidy, so it's okay to feel messy and chaotic for a while. Eventually, the situation will sort itself out and peace will reign. And that is such a lovely message. And it's so tied in to that moon energy as well. You know, listen to your intuition, allow those messages to come through, harness that tower moment that is happening for you in February, and enjoy the new journey that you're going to be on, Libras. I really see some wonderful new things coming through for you in February. So I hope that resonated with you. If you're into crystal jewelry, check out my website at kazana.com.au. There are beautiful crystal pieces there. They are all one-off pieces only, handmade and designed in Australia by an Australian designer. So check those out. And the meaning of the crystals as well are in that website. So have a look at that. Have a wonderful February, Libras, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.